I wanted to play this song. I play it instrumentally because I'm yet to find a singer. No, I mean I have definitely I have a singer. I mean Rama, who was going to come today, amazing vocalist, like incredible musician in general. I would like to do this with her specifically, but it's a song from Somalia. Um, in in the 60s, there was the independence kind of movement, and it became the Somali Republic for like a decade, pretty much. And this is a song from like that time. It's one of the resistance songs and folk songs from that time. And it's just like a really funky one that I love to play. I love the oud style in East Africa is very different to Arabic oud style. Like last time I played like a more Arabic kind of style playing, but like the oud playing in East Africa is like a different world.
Is the oud a widespread instrument?
Yeah, there's like hella variations around the kind of Arab world. I mean, like this one is from Iraq. It's like a Iraqi style. Um, in Somalia and East Africa, they have a variation of the oud with a different name that I don't remember. But it's basically one less set of strings. So this is 6 sets of strings. They have a 5 set string oud. And then there are like oud-like instruments like all around the Arab-speaking world and beyond the Arab world. Like the guitar is an oud-like instrument, like, and a lot of Middle Eastern instruments, a lot of Mediterranean instruments like this. This like you can see the similarities. It's just a couple centuries after. So yeah, like the oud style in East Africa is like one of my favorites. So yeah, I'll play the song. I'll start with like a little improvisation. Like a real groove that very bluesy.
Yeah, very bluesy.
Very bluesy. And like blues music, like American blues music, it like I mean it's mixed with a lot of other stuff, but its roots is in East Africa or like African continent. It's debatable to say exactly where, but like blues music and like those scales, those grooves, the banjo, like its origins are straight in like East African music.
I was gonna say because even that song really
Yeah.
reminded me like even Ethiopian.
Yeah, exactly. It's all like, I mean, it's a shared style throughout like the African continent, more so like East Africa, I would say. Um, and like the banjo, as I say, as an instrument, its roots in as an instrument is in East Africa. Blues music was kind of a transfer of these songs and these grooves and these melodies influenced with what was going on in America, like the English, Irish population, Scottish population, you know. And so it kind of mixed, you know, and like you get blues, you know, which is like, this is one of the reasons why I wanted to play this song as well, because I think it's palatable to someone who's like into blues music, you know.
I mean, even if you're not into blues music,
You can feel it, right? You know, like it's just, yeah, that's that one. I'll do a different instrument. I've got a couple. We'll see how many we get to. I don't know how long you want to do this.
I mean, however long.
I've got like a couple more than this as well. Do you remember the last session? I had like this really small one.
Yeah.
This is his bigger brother. Yes, like this is the middle child. So the younger one's the baby. This is the middle child.
This one they couldn't fit it.
They couldn't fit it. No, they can't put it in their sleeve. No, this one was just like this one, and there's a bigger variation that were the kind of main instruments in that music, Rembetega music. Yeah, I like playing this one. This one I've had for like quite a long time, since teenager, since I was at school, you know. And I used to bring it to school and just sit there in like my lunch times and play this one. It's just got a really like great sound. You know. So I'm gonna play a song, and my mom asked me to play this song today because it's her name. This song is talking about a girl with her name. That's a nice one, yeah. Yeah, this is I might do another one with this actually. It's really fun to play. That's all right.
Little almost banjo kind of sound, kind of.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, it's got a very similar like construction. You know how like a banjo, it's basically like a really thin skin on
Mm.
top of like a pan, basically. And this is like really thin wood on top of wood. You know, it's like a very similar construction, really flat, small hole, which means that like there's not as much, you know, depth in the sound. It's a bit more like up there, you know, and like the function of this in the band that it would play is very much doing like the higher voices, the higher registers of the melody. But I like it as a solo instrument because like there's just so much that you can do with it. And I don't know if do you play guitar?
No.
No. Guitarists would find this very easy. It's like tuned pretty much exactly like a guitar, you know. I'll do another one with this. I'll do a Cypriot one. I'm gonna have to do a Cypriot one every time, you know. Yeah, this is just like a fun dancey folk song. Again, I'll do a little improvisation before. Yeah, this is fun. I'll get some other instruments now. It's okay. Cool. Okay, cool. Have you seen this before? Do you know what this
On
is?
one of, I mean, I've seen it on one of your clips,
Okay,
but I haven't seen it in person.
this is like one of the oldest instruments in the world in theory. Not this one in particular. This one was made like very recently. But it's essentially basically after you invent the wheel, you figure out how to make things round. Then this came pretty much very closely after. It's basically a wheel that someone thought, you know what, I'm gonna stretch some skin over the wheel and like tighten the skin and make a noise with it. This is a frame drum. They call it duff in most Middle Eastern countries, or a variation of this word. Duff is like an onomatopoeic kind of name for it because it just goes duff, you know, like you just what's that? It's duff, you know, like makes sense. I'm gonna try to do like a little sort of exploration of some rhythms that are used in, you know, the Middle East, Mediterranean, Iran, North Africa, like this kind of vibe. Let's see how it works. Yeah, that worked. That's sick. Yeah, this is a really easy one to impress with, you know, because really like it's the simplest thing to play. This instrument of like my collection. I take it out a lot. I have it with me a lot, and when people like approach me about learning music or doing music, I always give them this like to try because it's what I did seems like really complicated, but it's pretty much just three hits. Like I'm just doing variations of three different tones. Like that's one movement, that's another movement, and that's another movement. Like you can do all of that with just those three, you know, and it's just a matter of getting someone to play in the right position, and the movements are very natural. You know, it's an old instrument. It wasn't meant to be like difficult to play, you know. And there's also no real wrong way to play it. Like some people play it on their lap. You know, there's like different ways. Some people play it with just like their hands. You know, like so many ways to play it. So this is what I would say to people is like, of my collection, this is the easiest to start with and to learn music. You know,
You play kind of niche instruments.
yeah. Right. I also play like guitar and bass and
Yeah.
stuff, but like, you know,
But I wonder, do you think social media has helped musicians that play niche? Was it a positive thing?
so there's always been niche musicians, right? Like I don't think you can get away from the nicheness of life. Like even in the 80s, 70s, 60s, going back, there was always people doing experimental stuff. But for sure, it was definitely harder for them to get any audience. A lot of the time, it's kind of found out after the fact, or perhaps maybe one or two notable figures in the past that were really experimental. They gained some traction, whether it was like reports or reviews or whatever was happening. Maybe they get played once on the radio or TV or whatever. But there's a whole scene of people doing stuff like them that would never get the chance to be known or heard, you know. So social media definitely makes an impact on that. I think for everyone, it gives the average person a platform. You know, like the general population can be visible and heard and known. You know, that's kind of its thing, its function. I think for music though, it's a bit difficult because niche music is still niche music. As much as you like really pump things online, it can definitely send you way above any expectations. But in terms of like making a living from it, it's not, for most people that I see making a living from it, it's not heavy on the social media, you know. It's more actually playing the music, like playing live. Yeah. Playing live, doing recording, session work, this kind of thing. And there's definitely worlds above that and worlds around that. But that's a walked path, I guess. That's what people have done and are doing. So for me, like social media is fun. I like to put things on there every now and then. I think I have a nice kind of thing going. You know, I've got a whole bunch of instruments that I play, and it's fun to show them and to show the music on them. And even just for myself, I find it fun, you know, and I hope that others find it fun as well. And I know people that online that, you know, watch me or follow me because they know me and they know it's fun, you know. But I'm not too like great at it, you know. It's one of those things that it's good if you have music online and you want to sell your music. It's great. Publish it, get it online, do the social media thing. But the primary focus for me is to play the music. Is not to just be in my house doing like shorts and TikToks and stuff. Like I want to play the music. Like it's meant to be played, you know, out in the world. You're meant to be in a room with people to experience it, you know.
Eye contact, you know, seeing how people react.
Totally. And like I love watching amazing musicians because you just see them like they're just it's like being another creature. They're like another entity on stage. And it's like this thing, this human combined with this instrument and this culture and this context. And they express it, you know, someone who expresses it well is like, it's an amazing thing to see. And you don't even know why it's amazing. You know, it's just amazing. It feels amazing. You know? Yeah, yeah, he does it. Very cool. We'll do last one. Maybe last one. This I bought it last time, but I'm very new to it, so I didn't play it. But I thought, fuck it. Let's
What
play
is
it.
that?
This is a Chinese wind instrument. A friend of mine is like a super talented wind player. And we kind of did a bit of an exchange. I had this Chinese flute and he had this Chinese flute, and we just kind of swapped for a while. So I have it, and it's like got a really great sound. It kind of sounds like a clarinet or like a small clarinet. I don't know. I'm gonna try to do like something on this. Let's see. Yeah.
Was that Amazing Grace?
That was Amazing Grace. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's got a really interesting sound. Something that I haven't really like heard before in a lot of
me
stuff.
too.
So like, and it's really simple to play. Like it's just one scale. It just I mean you can do other notes, but it's
And what about getting the sound out?
you just blow. I mean,
There's
like you can breathe in as well. Kind of like a harmonica. So like on the inside, these reeds, they're like harmonica reeds, and it's just like in a box, and you blow in the box.
It kind of has a harmonica vibes.
Totally, and like someone way better than me could like rip up on this and do some crazy stuff. But it's something that I'm like experimenting with.
Yeah. Do you want to play something else with it?
I'll do maybe like one more oud one to finish it off. I'll just like jam. Get some good outro music. Cool. Nice, man.
That's it.
Thank you very much. This was fun. Yeah. We'll do the next one with Rama.
Yeah. Let's make it happen, bro.
Sick, that'll be sick.
Whenever. Yeah, we'll sort out the details.
Oh, nice, bro.
That's cool.
How do you find that? Cool.
Good fun, man.
Relaxing.
Yeah, man. I just love to play music.
Yo,
I just love it, bro. It's nice to be in a room with people and play music.